Well, you can call it Moises Caicedo to Arsenal green light. You can call it Moises Caicedo to Arsenal transfer boost because it looks like everything is in the straight line to either this player joins Arsenal, because Brighton have gone ahead to highlight on who they need to go ahead and really replace for Moises Caicedo, a player that has been showing his leaving Brighton for the previous 2 weeks, and Brighton had known about it. That's why they've gone ahead to looking for signings to come in through and really replace this guy before they sell him to either Arsenal or Chelsea. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. We're also talking about Marco Asensio, a player that has been linked to Arsenal on several occasions in the summer. This time around, looks like Real Madrid have come up with an ultimatum to really see to it that they really keep or sell this player at the Santiago Bernabeu. Then Mikel Arteta has a lot to say about the transfer situation of Arsenal. Today is 29th, with 3 days left for this transfer window to come to an end. Mikel Arteta has gone ahead to send a very clear message that Arsenal are still active in the transfer window and they want to really get it done and dusted. And secondly, or lastly, we are going to talk about what Brighton came out and really talked about Moises Caicedo's public transfer request that he put up on his social media platforms that went viral, and that was on Friday after Arsenal was beaten by Manchester City 1-0. So welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, subscribe guys, subscribe like never before, and after subscribing, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. Now, what is the green light about? What is the boost about? That is what most of you really want to know from this story. Now, Brighton, it's said by the Football Insider that Brighton could accept a new bid for Arsenal for Moises Caicedo if they can strike an agreement with RB Leipzig for Mohamedou Haidara. Mohamedou Haidara is a player who plays for Mali, central defensive midfielder. My very first time to hear about his name being mentioned in the transfer window is when Ralf Rangnick was at Manchester United. He wanted him to come to Manchester United, Haidara, as one of the CDMs he thought about that could come and do the job. Now, when you look at Caicedo and Haidara, I believe Haidara can come in and really get the job done and dusted as soon as possible. And I think at only 25 million euros, you can get Haidara because he's a player that is proven. He's playing in the Bundesliga. Is he playing for RB Leipzig? I think he's playing for RB Leipzig. Very good player, and they are in for him, meaning that Brighton have already started to prepare for the departure of Caicedo. I think they had known this for some time, and they are really making research to see if they will get in replacements. And for any elite club that is good at making transfers, you don't bring in a replacement of the player after the player leaves. You have to bring in a replacement for the player before the player goes. You get? And for a high profile player like Caicedo, who is really going in for a huge amount of money, if at all you sell him at like 70 million pounds and you don't really get in what we call the replacement before, anywhere you're going to go, you are going to be ransomed for that player. They'll tell you you've already sold a player at 70 million pounds. Can you get like 30? Even a player that have gone for 20 or 15, they'll tell you we want this amount of money. But for Brighton, I think they are making this statement that they don't want to sell the player. Do you know why? They are buying time to find their replacement. Because if you go in to sign a player right now, making a statement that I'm not selling Caicedo, that means you'll get that player at the right price. But if at all you sell him, all go out and really say, I'm losing Caicedo, so I want a player in the names of Haidara, they'll call you desperate and they'll have to go on and do the needful to find a place to put you as far as taking you for ransom. So Haidara is really a player that they're really looking at, and obviously that has been confirmed to us by Football Insider. Then the Footy Insider has also thrown in something concerning Haidara, the replacement of Caicedo at a side called Brighton. We've been told that Brighton is continuing talks with Leipzig over Haidara as Arsenal prepare a renewed £65 million plus add-ons bid for Moises Caicedo. That's it. So, as things stand, it is looking like they really want to get in a player. They really want to get in a player as soon as possible. And Brighton are continuing talks with Mohamedou Haidara as Arsenal prepare a renewed bid of £65 million plus add-ons bid for Moises Caicedo, meaning that it's all engineered, it's all set to happen. The deal of Caicedo is set to happen. Whether it's going to Arsenal or Chelsea, I don't know, but he's leaving Brighton in the next 2 or 3 days to a team in London, according to the reports we are getting, because they are preparing for his departure, though they don't want to come all out and really tell us where the player is going. That's it. They don't want to tell us where the player is going. That's why everything is like that. But all in all, I want to confirm to you that they are into this and they're looking for replacement of Haidara. That's the boost that everyone should get to know about a player known as Caicedo. To Arsenal, it looks like Brighton have really gone ahead to understand that the player no longer wants to be here, and there is nothing toxic like keeping a player who doesn't want to be at your club. Now, the other boost of Caicedo to Arsenal is here. There is a player that has flown in to undergo his medical at Brighton. This player is known as Yasin Ayari, is flying to UK today to complete a medical and sign his contract with Brighton Albion. It is believed that the 19-year-old central midfielder has obtained a UK work permit, meaning it is unlikely he will be loaned out until this summer. Now, the reason as to why they are going to loan this player, who plays as central midfielder where Caicedo plays, is because he had not gotten a work permit, but it's believed he has gotten his UK work permit. He's flying in today to undergo his medical, and if at all he passes the medical, obviously he's really going to be a player of Brighton. And now, who is reporting this? It's the Segal Central. Remember, the nickname of Brighton is the Segals, and this is a channel that is being fed in by the club. It reports news, views, and analysis on everything concerning Brighton FC. So today they've told us that the guy is in town, meaning that as they are chasing in Haidara, they are signing a player today known as Yasin Ayari to come in through and really play in that central midfield area, meaning that they believe Caicedo's boots are really too huge, that only Yasin Ayari might not really fit them, so they need to bring in Mohamedou Haidara. And Haidara is also going to be one of those players that is going to pick a lot of interest from the Premier League teams. They might get him like on 20-25 million euros from the Bundesliga, but when he comes in and plays very well, trust me, they'll also sell him at close to 60 or 70 million pounds. So Brighton is a selling club. They've had to admit that, though they're a hard club to deal with. They don't want to be ransomed. I remember them when they're selling Cucurella. Fabrizio, it was like a Tuesday, I think, he came up and really tweeted that Cucurella, here we go to Chelsea. They came, they quoted his tweet, and Brighton said, these are lies. He is not going anywhere. Tomorrow morning, they change the topic. Chelsea unveils the player. They come out and say, all right, we've sold the player, but for a club record fee. That's it. So it's going to be another club record fee for Moises Caicedo, as Brighton is in here for you, looking for replacements left, right, and center. Haidara is really one of those that they're really looking at. And secondly, Ayari is in the United Kingdom to complete his medical with a team called Brighton. And after that, Brighton have come out and really released a statement through Miguel Delaney, all released their thoughts about Moises Caicedo's public transfer request that really posted on Friday night, and it really went as follows. Now, Brighton were deeply unimpressed with Moises Caicedo's social media post where he declared he wanted to leave, but the belief within the club is that he has been poorly advised by new representatives. To me, I believe, your representative or your agent takes you further or really leaves you where you are. if you are a representative of Caicedo, Chelsea is in for your player and Arsenal are in for your player. Chelsea look like in the summer they might go in for Enzo Fernandez and they might break out another good CDM that they might go in for. Arsenal is going in for Declan Rice in the summer, but right now they are having a problem that Sambi Lokonga can't do that job of Thomas Partey, and El Nini, who can at least come in through and fit the boots of Partey, is injured. Even Partey himself is having a rib injury. Now, what do you do if at all you are the agent of Moises Caicedo? You are supposed to tell your client that chance knocks once at every man's door. It's known every January transfer window that Arsenal will come knocking on your door and Chelsea. You get? So, if they can't knock on your door every summer, all winter, when they knock, you have to respond and do exactly what is supposed to be done to you. Because I don't believe, if Arsenal miss out on Caicedo, they'll go in for him in the summer. They'll obviously go for Zubimendi, and they'll go in for Declan Rice. Because Arteta wanted Zubimendi, but Zubimendi wants to stay at Real Sociedad until the summer. So, the representatives are really right, because they were at Arsenal. He was at Arsenal. He knows the plans of Arsenal. And he knows how this business goes. You get? Right now, your priority, Arsenal is willing to spend that money on you. In the summer, you aren't going to be the priority because Arsenal will be willing to spend close to £80 million on Declan Rice. So the agent and representatives of Caicedo are telling him, this is your time to leave this club. If you don't leave this club now, you're just going to put yourself in a very, 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 very bad situation. He needs the money, and the money is supposed to come in through. So, Arsenal is providing a huge salary, good money. Why don't go that side? I understand Brighton will come out and say that the representatives are really misguiding the player, but think about the future of the player. You cannot hold Caicedo anymore. So I believe they should let him go as they are looking for replacements for him at the club of Brighton. Now, Mikel Arteta also went ahead to really tell us about what their plans are for them to really do the needful of strengthening their squad. Arteta on further comings or further incomings, he said, as I said before, we have been pretty active in the market. We have some necessities, and if someone else is available, the club is willing to try to do it when it is reasonable, and hopefully it's a player that can improve our squad. So it's another confirmation that Arsenal are not yet done in the transfer window. They are not done in the transfer window, and he did about them blustering their midfield area because it looks really weak and shaky when they're not having Thomas Partey. So Arsenal is so much into the window, the transfer window, that is the January transfer window, and they are really willing to spend hefty and bring in players to win the Premier League, because even Kroenke knows it. You bring in Caicedo, you increase your chances of winning the Premier League from 60% to 75%. Caicedo can win you games. Caicedo will come in through and provide you with defensive cover. When Thomas Partey is away, Caicedo comes in and gets the job done. Caicedo can be played in the system of Thomas Partey, in a system of 4-3-3 with Thomas Partey, Odegaard, and him. You can play Caicedo, Xhaka, and Odegaard. So Caicedo is an all-round midfielder that Arsenal doesn't want to miss on. Now, there is a player whom I love very, very, very much. He plays for Real Madrid. He's known as Marco Asensio. 26 years of age. His contract is running down at Real Madrid, and it looks like very many teams had really looked at him. Arsenal, Manchester United, Chelsea, and very many others. Rumors were that he's going to go to Barcelona, and I think this has really done Real Madrid bad, because they're having a player who is really having his contract run down in the summer, and he's going to their rival. Remember, the last player that crossed from either sides to go to the other side was which guy? Figo. He crossed from Barcelona to Real Madrid. Now, looks like Barcelona wanted to do this, get Marcus Asensio from Madrid and take him to Barcelona. So looks like Real Madrid are saying that aren't happening. It's not going to happen. We are not going to allow it to happen. And now I've been told by Marca that Marcus Asensio's future is going to be resolved in 2 or 3 weeks. There will be a meeting. Marcus Asensio's priority is his role in the squad, not money. So we are being told that this time around it's not money, but we've always heard from his agent that he wants close to £180,000 a week. That's the amount of money he wants weekly, and that's the reason why he doesn't want to sign a contract with Real Madrid. So I think his agent played a very good game on the head of Florentino Perez. That trickery he did left them in loads of wonders, because you let a player go to Barcelona on a free, yet you could give him the money that he wants and keep him. That is something that you shouldn't really allow. If I told my Real Madrid, 26 years of age, I give you the contract you want, I later put you on market and sell you, because teams will come for Marcus Asensio. That's it. Teams will always be wanting to sign Marcus Asensio, but as it stands, it looks like he's going to stay at Real Madrid, and I've been told that the contract proposal has been submitted or sent to the representatives and the lawyers of Marcus Asensio to go through it and really see whether it's really the one they want. Remember, they told Real Madrid last summer that we want £180,000 a week. If you can't get us that money, we are not renewing the contract. Meaning that they need the player, but they can't meet the amount of money he's calling for. But let's wait and see what's going to happen in the next 1 or 2 days as this is really happening. So guys, thank you very much for watching in through. Your thoughts to Moises Caicedo to Arsenal green light or boost are welcome in the comment section below. Your thoughts on Mikel Arteta going in for more signings, provided the board approves them. And lastly, your thoughts about Marco Asensio and his next destination. Is he staying at Real Madrid? Is he going to Barcelona? Is he coming to the Premier League? All that and more into the comment section below. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. Bye-bye. Good afternoon, I think. It's good afternoon, not so? Bye-bye, guys.